Kanye exposes a huge double standard in society. So apparently Kanye West is getting canceled again. It's not surprising because Kanye West gets canceled every couple of years. You know what I'm saying? For saying some real crazy-ish. He had a show out in the UK and they didn't give him a visa. You feel me? It was for the Wireless Festival. And I believe they canceled the whole festival because Kanye West wasn't going to be able to perform. Just gave everybody back their money. But as always, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I thank you guys for all the love and support, for real. Now let's get into the video.
So Kanye West is trending again and he's back in the headlines. He dropped a new album and he also did a performance. And
his album was pretty fire as far as I listened to. I listened to it in the gym. You know, I turned it off after I walked out of the gym. But I started bumping and I was kind of feeling it. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was pretty good. You feel me? I feel like Kanye always drops good albums. You know what I'm saying? They be different. You know, the first time you listen to it, you might be like, this is different. But, you know, as you keep listening, that shit sound more and more fire. You feel me? Anyway.
LA, that did great. He made $33 million in total. And this begs the question of, like, is Kanye really canceled? Now, even with them making all this money from this concert and seeming to be positive within...
Honestly, there's no canceling Kanye. I don't think you can cancel Kanye. Kanye can say the craziest shit in the world. And I don't, like, you feel me? A lot of people gotta, or people end up for Kanye separating the music from the artist. You know what I'm saying? And it happens with certain artists because when their music's so good, you got no choice but to continue listening to it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody right now is listening to R. Kelly, bro. Somebody at this moment is listening to R. Kelly right now. You feel me? How many monthly listeners on Spotify does R. Kelly have? Hold up. How many monthly... I don't have Spotify on this computer right now, man. 5.2 million monthly listeners. R. Kelly, bro. Diabolical. You feel me? Like, when your music that good, I'm not gonna lie. Like niggas gonna listen. They don't care. You feel me? But I digress. Hey, stop listening to R. Kelly, bro. Come on, bro. What y'all got going on, bro? Come on, bro.
The light of everyone. The UK government canceled his show in their country. And however you feel about this shows the double standard.
No, I don't think the UK government canceled the show. The UK government didn't let Kanye into or get a visa to get into the country, and the Wireless Festival canceled the show because they knew people came to see Kanye. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of them.
Standard that we see within society. They banned him because of his anti-Semitic remarks. Him making that Nazi song that we see all the biggest use.
Which is kind of crazy because Kanye, it was like one of the first times I saw him bend that knee. You know what I'm saying? That's how I know how much power them boys got. You know what I'm saying? Because he bent that knee. And, you know what I'm saying, he was meeting with one of the rabbi, kissing his ring, apologizing. You feel me? It's not very often you see Kanye apologize. He might have been back on his meds. You feel me? He might have started taking his meds again, and he might be off his meds again. However, yeah, I'm surprised they didn't let him back in after he bent the knee and kissed the ring. You know what I'm saying? But type shit.
And seeming to idolize Hitler is goofy to me. And I hate black people that also get...
Idolizing Hitler is crazy. That is diabolical. It is diabolical.
Behind that narrative of like Hitler liking black people too. No, he didn't like Jews that are whites. You think he fucked with black people? And it was also black people that died in the Holocaust. So stop parroting that damn ideology around. But on the other hand, he did say a lot of real shit about Jews that, in my opinion, weren't anti-Semitic. We'll get to that later. But let's go back to 2018, 2019. We started to see him hang around Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens. He was wearing White Lives Matter shirt. And he said something that, you know, triggered triggered a lot of black folks. Slavery was a choice. Now, at the time, I don't really think I cared too much about anything in the political realm. But when I heard this, I was like, damn, bro, he tweaking. But as I look back at it now with a little bit of nuance, maybe this plays into how I feel about religion. I think religion held black people down. It kept us stagnant. It still keeps us this way. But I could see during that time, a lot of my ancestors was like, okay, man, God gotta come save us. God gotta come save us. And maybe that's the point he was going at. I don't know. But also that theory couldn't work as well because we was fighting back. We had slave rebellions. Shout out to Nat Turner. We had a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Underground Railroad. They were fighting back, but it comes down to one of those things where it's like it's hindsight, you know, is always 2020. You feel me? At the end of the day, could the black people have, you know, rebelled and got out of the situation that they're in? Dang, I think my vocals are peaking. Hold up. Damn, it's still peaking. It is what it is. But could the black people that were enslaved, you know, take themselves out of slavery by attacking, you know, them, you know, their slave owners and actually getting away? Possibly. However, there's so many different tactics that was used to make them not do that. One, you know, they probably held over their head, oh, if you keep being a slave for however long, I'll set you free. Okay, no, if I just keep I'll be set free. You know what I'm saying? And then keep finding ways to keep them enslaved and keep trying to, you know, keep that cycle going on in their head, you know, keep them in the rat race. You feel me? And then on top of that, there is keeping them from learning how to read, keeping them from things of that nature, you know, being intelligent, you know, like actively stopping them from becoming smarter. That does a toll on you. You feel me? You can't really think about these things if you never learn to even think about these things. You know what I'm saying? You were never taught to think outside the box. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, like in some crazy mentally unstable way, you can say that it was a choice because, you know, the slave, there was only 6 people, you know, keeping y'all in check. You know what I'm saying? There's 20 of y'all. Yes, you guys could have, you know, overthrew the whole shit, but it's more than just, you know, you're enslaved. You feel me? What's that shit called when you start to like your kidnapper? There's Stockholm syndrome, all type of shit, bro. And it was like it's engraved in you since you were born. You know what I'm saying? You see your dad get beat, your mama get beat. You feel me? You seeing light-skinned babies start popping out. You feel me? And you like, how the fuck is this happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, you just getting fucked up in the brain the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of one of those things where I'm sure the people, you know, like the Underground Railroad and shit of that nature, like there was a lot of people that came together that, you know, seeked out knowledge that wasn't allowed to them, and then they became smarter than they should have, and they were able to, you know, do these things. But it all comes with intelligence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you keep monkeys in a zoo, you see all the animals in the zoo. You feel me? Monkeys, damn. Why I say monkeys in the zoo? Just any type of animal in the zoo. Yes, they could probably break out and get away. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know how the fuck to do that. Shit, damn, the monkey shit, damn. I digress. Damn, I'm yapping. I might have to cut this shit out. I'm not gonna lie.
Rebellious. And I feel like the strategy he took was on some raccoon shit, because why not address the systemic things? Why put the blame onto our people for, you know what I'm saying, being brainwashed and manipulated? And after saying all these things, like, he wasn't canceled, he could still perform, he still had good relations with a lot of these music executives. But then, y'all, he started talking about the Jewish community, and what he was saying was like, some of these Jewish people, they own these record companies that promote degeneracy to our youth. It's songs about killing people, sex, drugs. And I mean, he's not wrong. We have some amazing artists out here that actually can rap using real lyricism, but they'll never blow up. Positive rap and, you know, things that we shouldn't glorify are not pushed out. But you know what is? The bullshit. And who's over these companies that push out the bullshit? That's what he was saying.
Now, I'm gonna say some anti-Semitic shit. I'ma fuck your bitch. I'ma kill this nigga. 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 That's the real anti-Semitic shit that the Jewish people get paid off of. Now let me little Apple move. Let me move on Apple right now. How many people want to bet their house that content is not within the first 3 songs on Apple Rap Music?
Hey.
So they're gonna have to take my life before they take my people.
I don't think there's anything.
Shit. You gotta really consider to yourself, like, he might have been playing the long game. He might have went against black people, saying crazy shit about black people, all in for him to say bad shit about them folks. And kind of see the hypocrisy that goes on afterwards. Shit.
Anti-Semitic about what he just said right there. That's just facts to me. Everybody loves to point the blame at the black community, like, oh, why y'all so fucked up? Why you this and that? But like I said, we're pretty much still fresh off of slavery. We're fresh off of Jim Crow. We're fresh off the crack epidemic. We're fresh off of redline.
And what I learned about Jim Crow, bro, the Jim Crow laws, Jim Crow was never a real person, bro. Jim Crow was actually never a real person. Jim Crow was a character played by white people in blackface, bro, to show how black people are. The Jim Crow laws, all this shit, it happened off of shit that had nothing to even do with black people. But a lot of the times, you know, how people saw black people didn't have a lot of interactions with black people. So because of that, these iterations of black people that were hypersexualized, you know what I'm saying, hyper masculine, hyper, you know, angry, shit like that, you know what I'm saying, untrustworthy, shit like that, all that was showed inside of these fake narrations of black people. And because of that, people actually thought that's how black people were. You feel me? So that's fucked up, you know what I'm saying?
We're fresh off of all of these things. And then we got outside sources, you know what I'm saying, fucking up our community as well. So I do applaud Kanye in that aspect for calling that out. I don't support the bullshit with him making a Nazi song, but it did prove his point. Once he started speaking like that and making those songs, nigga, he got And just to even go back to the UK government, man, I find them so hypocritical because these are the same people that held the BAFTA Awards. And at the BAFTA Awards, y'all, as we all know, the whole situation with the white man calling everybody the N-word back there. He was saying it to all of the staff members. But the crazy thing is, y'all, during the whole BAFTA Awards, it was pre-recorded. So they could have cut out the N-word. But they didn't because these people don't care about disrespect towards black people. Anti-blackness is worldwide and it's pretty much respected. Nobody cares if you be racist to us. They don't give a fuck. And another crazy thing, y'all, they cut out anti-Semitic remarks during that goddamn show. You know another thing they cut out? Homophobic remarks. Shout out to the LGBTQ community, but that is another group of people that you can't disrespect. But it seems like black people are the only ones that can just, you know, we the only ones that can take the disrespect, dog. It's truly infuriating to me, man. And if you not black, bro, you maybe don't understand, but we getting tired of that shit. So I'm gonna cap out this situation by saying this.
It's facts. That's facts. That's facts. You know, I do believe that when it comes to the anti-Semitic shit, I do believe they hold so much power. They really hold so much power. It's actually kind of diabolical. You know what I'm saying? To the point where whole countries will do that shit. You feel me? UK wouldn't kick a nigga out for saying that he killing niggas and fucking bitches. You know what I'm saying? No, that would never happen. And it's because they hold so much power. And even with the LGBTQ you know, community, I feel like, I don't know, hey, see that one? He kind of spitting with that one, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, I think with the anti-Semitic shit, I think they just have so much power, my nigga. They own banks, they own all this shit. It's kind of like, nigga, watch your bank account dissipate, my nigga. Just your shit gone. You gonna have to call the FBI to figure out what happened to that shit. So it's kind of like, hey, When you got too much power, you know, you could do whatever the fuck you want. And everyone's going to do what you want them to do without you even needing to tell them what you want them to do because you got so much power.
Personally, I'm not buying any tickets to go to his shows. I'm not paying for his music. I ain't even listened to his album. But I do want to say that he did bring out a double standard, whether he knew it or not. You could talk about black people in a negative light. You could downplay things that we went through. And guess what? When you do these things, you will gain money. You will gain fame. Look at all these white people in 2026, 2025 saying the N-word and raising millions of dollars. Nobody cares. But turn around and you say things about other communities. You know, like I said, LGBTQ, I love y'all. This is nothing against y'all. But you do see that weight is held when things are said about you guys. Same with the Jewish community. You can't go around saying shit about these folks. And I truly just hate how
I feel like you could talk about the gay community like an extreme amount more than you can about, you know, Jewish people. I'm not gonna lie. Like so much more. So much more. You can, like, you know what I'm saying, and still get away with it. It gets to a point, you know what I'm saying? Look at the baby when he did that shit. That shit was out of pocket. That nigga was tweaking. You know what I'm saying? But you can get away with a lot more, honestly. I think. Type shit.
blackness is downplayed, bro. Like, we gotta, I don't know how we gotta stop it, bro, but it needs to stop. Now, another thing I want to talk about, man, is a situation that I've been seeing a lot in New York. The Jewish community in this area, like, it seems like there's a lot of scamming going on, right? And I need to bring it up because they affected my black folks.
Over 3,500 cases of deed theft, not in the West Bank, in Brooklyn. People are tricked into losing equity and ownership of their own houses. This shit is happening in broad daylight.
These guys are trying to scam my boy out his property. Look.
We can do inspection of the house.
Ain't no inspection. You don't own the house. Get
This is a court order.
Like a court order.
He must vacate.
No.
Deed theft to the New York Attorney General's office has more than tripled over the last few years. It's essentially when someone steals your house, often by forging the deed.
Can you tell me a little bit about the story of what's going on here?
Sure, absolutely. Well, what's happening is that this is a form of deed theft by conservatorship, guardianship that he mentioned. The conservatorship was in the state of Georgia. Georgia signed off with these shell developers and signed off and said that the property was for sale. They sold the property. It was in litigation. It was in court. They discontinued the case, and then they went amongst each other and signed off and said that they sold the property for whatever amount, and then they came into my house and broke in and said, we're the new owners of the property. Right.
Wow.
And then that's when the series of stuff have started with saying, no, this is a deed theft case. Like, how does a conservative from Georgia able to sign off without petitioning the state of New York for a sale? None of those things were done. But because they thought that we wouldn't know, we're not educated enough, we don't have legal representation, proper legal representation, they were able to do it. And every time we went in front of the courts, we were being denied because they're compromised. These developers know the judges.
That's crazy.
So even up to the appellate, and that's when I decided we're gonna stay down. I went to the appellate, one of the highest courts, and I said, I need you to just stay in eviction and allow me to argue my case. The lady said to me, I'll allow you to argue your case, but they're going forward with the eviction. I said, what?
What?
I said, wait. I said, what? I said, at that point, I came home, I seen my president, he was standing right here. I said, we get ready to do a 24-hour takeover. That's it. Like, if you not allowing me, if you telling me that, this is what we about to do. Bro. And that's exactly what we do.
So I want to say I don't promote violence, man, but a lot of this shit, bro, like all this protesting, people doing peaceful protesting, bro, this shit not doing nothing. It's what these folks want you to do. I say this all the time, man, but sad to say, if nobody is losing their life or these people are not losing money, ain't shit gonna change.
Nigga said what? Hey, hold up. Nigga trying to start a war. He said if niggas ain't losing their life or they ain't losing money, ain't shit gonna change. Which is true. There's a lot of shit that's happening in the U.S. that should not be happening in the U.S., my nigga. You feel me? Even when it comes down to the army, like, when you go into the army or the, you know, the Air Force, any of these things, you make a promise, an oath to the Constitution, my nigga. You don't make a oath to the president of the United States. You feel me? So a lot of these times, these army officials and, you know, people in the army and military, all these shits, all these different fields, they're doing a lot of shit that's kind of fucked up. You feel me? Even when niggas is bombing schools in Iran, my nigga, what are we doing? Like, you guys are doing shit that's actual war crimes. You know what I'm saying? A lot of war crimes are being committed right now, and like, the people in the army are scared to like do anything, but when it really comes down to it, you made an oath to the Constitution. You didn't make an oath to the president. You didn't make an oath to your fucking commanding officer. If they tell you to do some shit that goes against the law, if it's a fucking war crime or whatever it may be, I'm not gonna lie, it's your duty to say fuck no, nigga. Whatever comes after that, it comes after that, but it's your duty to say hell no. And a lot of people ain't doing that. You feel me? Because it's become like, when things become too normalized, people just continue to do these things even though they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to humans and us eating other animals and fucking having these farms, slaughterhouses, all this shit, it's fucked up. That shit's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's just become normalized. And the more that you compromise your morals to start doing these certain things, the more the things get more and more out of pocket. You feel me? Like, so at some point, people in the US need to start putting their foot down and be like, hell nah. You feel me? This her crib right here. She should bust that window open and be like, yo, I'm in my crib. This is my crib, man. Y'all gonna have to come in here and take me out of my crib. You feel me? Or give me due justice, you know what I'm saying? Due trial and things of that nature to get me up out of here. You feel me? But yeah, I don't know how far that would get you. That might get your ass in jail for real. But it's like, shit needs to be done about this, or do it back to them. You feel me? She should be doing the same shit. Try to deed fraud them niggas too. Like, no, I got the deed. This the real deed. Fucking, Uno reverse card on their ass. And then see if they want to still go to trial on that motherfucker. Cause how you gonna go to trial on some shit you done, you know, did fraudulently? How you gonna go to trial with me when you don't want to go to trial? And the shit keeps getting denied and all these things because of the fact that it was already fraudulent. Hey, bro, I'm yapping. Holy moly, yapathon.
I just seen these no king protest shit. These people protesting on a Saturday. No business is open. Y'all ain't hurting nobody money. After these protests, these people going to Starbucks, going to goddamn Chick-fil-A, going to McDonald's. Y'all are fucking performative as hell. You gotta, like I say, bro, you gotta start making these hard decisions. Stop spending money with these folks. Stop spending out so much. You know what I'm saying? It start with the little shit, bro. Like I said, I've been trying to take it upon myself to stop spending so much money. Bro, I cook everything at home. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting into gardening. I'm trying to grow my own food. Like, anything to go against these big corporations, dog. You know what I'm saying? Let's get back to trading with each other. Things of that nature, bro. Because all of...
We don't even gotta start thinking that small, my nigga. What needs to be happening is, you know, we need to have, you know, and it doesn't need to be like exclusive or, you know, kick everybody else out and only this. But like, we need to start having, you know, we need a black owned bank, my nigga. You feel me? Somebody needs to open up a bank. A black owned bank. You feel me? We need to start there. Cause it feels like everything is owned by them folks. You know what I'm saying? Not even white people. It's not even about white people. It's about them folks. Them other folks. You know what I'm saying? It's like they own everything and we can't win. We can't win. You feel me? Doesn't matter what you do, they'll rob you out your shit. You can't win. Everything's stacked against us. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop playing fair. Fuck playing fair. That's one thing. You know, I be seeing shit because this is a reaction channel, right? You feel me? I done tried the commentary videos, edited myself, do all these things. I just can't do the output enough to get it to build. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to do hella output. And I don't have the time to do that much fucking output. So I'm doing fucking reaction videos. You got me fucked up. You know, but people will come in the comments and be like, oh, you're stealing content and crying in the comments, all type of shit, bro. Nigga, keep crying. Keep crying. Playing fair don't get you nowhere, brother. It doesn't get you nowhere. You feel me? Back in high school, I used to hate cheating. I used to hate cheating on tests. I'm like, I'm not cheating on no fucking tests. You feel me? That's fucked up. You know, hate cheating on homework. I'd rather get a bad grade on my own than fucking cheat. You feel me? Guess what? I graduated with a GPA that was so fucking low, my nigga. I barely graduated. Why? Because I ain't want to cheat. The niggas that cheated, I knew plenty of niggas that cheated, and they cheated their ass off. Them niggas graduated with better GPAs than me. What did trying to be a good person do to help me? You feel me? Like, and I'm not necessarily, I'm not sliming niggas out. You feel me? But it comes down to, like, playing fair don't always get you where you need to be. You know what I'm saying? So fuck playing fair with these niggas, you know what I'm saying? Play fair with your people. Play fair with the niggas that play fair with you. Everybody else, fuck them. We need to start our own banks. You know what I'm saying? Find our own way to build generational wealth, and not just within one family, but also just within the community, and start different programs and things of that nature to help the community. You know, there's a lot of ways that this can happen. This can happen by opening up a fucking a museum. You know what I'm saying? Make a fucking, like, have a whole bunch of black people support a certain, you know, initiative. Start a museum. Start taking different fucking artifacts from other museums that was African American culture and so on and so forth, and pull it into your museum. Start a fucking African American museum that takes the money, gets grants from the government, and gives back to the black community and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, really start to build something for the black community and have that connected, and that somehow, you know, the people that own that also fuck with the black owned bank, and then so on and so forth, and we can build something that can't be tore down by them folks. And like I said, when I say them folks, I'm not talking about white people. You feel me? They look like white people, but they ain't white people. You feel me? It's them folks. Damn niggas own everything. Absolutely diabolical. Disgusting behavior, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get your house took off them niggas. I can't even talk about them niggas, bro. You can't talk about them niggas, bro. But, yeah, that's why, you know, there needs to be, you know, big changes. You know what I'm saying? Hey, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give me a Billy, bro. I'm opening up a bank. You feel me? I'm opening up a museum. I'm getting a community. We getting rich. Stop playing. Anyway, I digress.
This, like, peaceful protest, and then you go right back and just give money to them is not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, bro, and even, like, with this situation specifically, bro, like, man, y'all got to stand on it, dog. Like, don't leave. That's why I think we need to try to get more information about this story. This is messed up what they doing to this lady.
This house been in our family for 60 years. This was my great uncle's, and my grandmother's house is right there. We had two houses.
Wow.
60 years.
Look what they do to people living 60 years
60
here.
60 years, yeah. And no.
You know what also needs to happen? Like, niggas need to be off the grid, because, like I said, they have so much power that, like, there's almost not, like, nothing that you can really fucking do. What needs to happen, a whole bunch of black people, in order to build our own everything, basically. And it's not to get away from the white people. Like I said, it's not the white folk. But build your own infrastructure. You know, go out in the middle of the fucking desert somewhere, buy up the land there, start building homes, build a city, so on and so forth, you know, slowly over time. And it's not about keeping anybody else out. Anybody could come in, anybody could do whatever the fuck they want to do. But it's about having the people that are at the top of this place, you know, in a way that they're not compromised. The whole U.S. is compromised at this point. So it's kind of like fighting an uphill battle. You feel me?
Don't you get tired of hearing that story all the time?
I'm tired of hearing it.
Me too. This used to be a thriving black community.
Every time we had our own shit, bro, that's what I'm saying. Every time we got together and did our own things, got a black community thriving, motherfuckers come in and fuck with us. Bomb it. You know what I'm saying? Another situation right here, bro. They build a goddamn rail highway over the shit. It's the same story over and over. And we see it happening again in New York. And can't let this shit happen again, dog.
This used to be a thriving. Why? We got to take our stuff back. No more. That is not going to be the storyline anymore. It has to stop.
Yeah, I
So,
100%
we thank
agree.
you.
Starts with community. It starts with community, man. It takes a village.
We thank you for what you do.
So speaking of New York, man, I want to talk about one more situation. This is something that happened a few weeks ago. I was going to make this a whole entire video, but the mayor of New York, Zohran Mamdani, his wife ended up having some tweets where she was saying the N-word.
New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani's wife, Rama, has deactivated an old X account after a series of posts in which she praises Palestinian terrorists, and one social media post that apparently shows her using the N-word have resurfaced. The account reportedly came down on Thursday, just one day after the Washington Free Beacon claimed to have her old posts. One of these X posts also shows she uses what appears to be an abbreviation of the F slur. Another social media post that the Washington Free Beacon apparently found shows the New York City First Lady.
She says, "Hell yeah, nigga, super duper genius, excuse you."
Allegedly using the N-word. She also blasted the U.S. military via Tumblr. You can pause to read right now. Mayor Mamdani defended his wife last week during a conference after she liked several anti-Israel posts about October 7th, 2023, and he told reporters she's a private citizen who has never held any position within his administration. We have reached out to Mamdani's reps for comment. So far, no word back.
Someone commented, "I'm not gonna lie, this is pretty bad." Somebody replying, she was 15 to 16 years old. At 15 to 16 years old, my nigga, I knew not to use slurs. Like, what are we talking about? You know right from wrong at 15 to 16, bro. I will be canceled if you...
I'm not gonna lie. If it was from when she was 15 and 16 years old, I'm not holding that over a nigga head. You feel me? Like, yeah, it says a little bit about your character, you know, when it, like, the primal part of your character. However, if the nearest one they could find is when she was 15, 16 years old, you feel me? What's really fucking happening is she probably started saying some shit against the, you know, them folks. And they started digging into her shit and found some shit that she did when she was 15, 16 years old, my nigga. You feel me? So, I'm not gonna hold y'all. Hey, y'all might be mad at me for saying that. I'm not gonna hold y'all, though. Like, yeah, she shouldn't have said that shit. She probably knows that she shouldn't have said that shit. But if she was 15, 16, saying nigga, and not even hard R, not saying it in a way where she's not talking about, like actively saying it against black people, you know what I'm saying? She might have grew up in a certain neighborhood and she thought that saying that shit was okay, and she realized that shit ain't okay to say, and she probably didn't say it after that. If the nearest one you can find is when she was 16, you feel me? I need to see the rest of the tweets, though. I need to see the rest. Maybe there's other diabolical tweets that are out there, but I think it's probably more likely that, you know, them folks, she done said some shit about them folks, and them folks, you know, are trying to get her canceled type shit. You feel me? But he is right talking about his wife, saying, hey, she don't got no political standing in nothing. Like, she just a regular person. Don't bring that shit to me. You feel me? You want to dislike my wife? Dislike my wife, nigga. That shit don't got nothing to do with me. You feel me? But I digress. He stood on business about his wife, though. Hey. He stood on business about his wife. Shout out that nigga. You feel me? And he's one of the ones, you see, that mayor, he's one of the ones where I'm pretty sure he won being a mayor, because what happened was, they asked him, if you become mayor, what's the first thing you're gonna do? And every single one of them, like clockwork, every person that was running said, I'm gonna visit the motherland. I'm going to Israel. To be a New York mayor? Every single one of them said the first thing I'm gonna do is go to Israel. And he said, I'm gonna stay here in New York. You feel me? I'm a New York mayor. So I'm gonna stay here in New York. Everybody, you know, Israelis that live in New York, hey, shout out to y'all, all love, but I'm staying here in New York, brother. You feel me? That's who I'm the mayor of. And that nigga won. You feel me? I'm not gonna lie, whenever it comes to like different holdings in office and shit of that nature, we're gonna have to really, it's gonna be one of them things where it's like, you gonna have to say that you not with them folks in order for a nigga to vote for you. You say you not with them folks, niggas gonna start voting for you. You feel me? But I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of dangerous because we're in such a weird place. You might get knocked off. Fuck around, do that shit, you might get really knocked off, like literally. You feel me? So, hey, I digress.
Went through my Twitter when I was 15. Once again, bro, motherfuckers justifying it, man. And basically what this perpetrates is like, everyone says that they have a racist phase. Like all of these different groups of people, white, Arab, Mexican, whatever, they go through racist phases against black people.
I'm not with you on this one, brother. That's not even what he said. He said if y'all, I would be canceled if y'all saw the shit I was saying. He was probably saying crazy shit, but that doesn't mean it was against the black people. You know what I'm saying? I don't like this one. I'm not going. This take, I don't know if I can stand behind it. I get where it's coming from. It's like, oh, you have something against black people. You always against black people. Cool, kind of. You know what I'm saying? You probably always racist in the back of your head. But even how she used it, she didn't use it. It didn't sound like she was using it against black people. Should she have done it? Fuck no, she shouldn't have done it. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully she learned her lesson from that shit and learned not to do that. However, I don't think it was in a way to down black people. You feel me? Like, I don't know if there was malice in her heart when she said that shit. I feel like that's more of an indicator if someone is racist than, you know, like that fucking tweet. Like, you got to think too, was there malice in this person's heart when they said that shit? Because you could say anything. A baby could say some shit. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean nothing. Whatever the fuck the baby say, there ain't no malice in it. You know what I'm saying? 1 in a quadrillion chance your baby says, nigga, fuck you, bitch. Clean English. You know, just one time. Just babbled that shit. Just somehow just came out the baby mouth. I don't know how it happened. You feel me? The baby didn't mean that shit. They had no malice behind it. You know what I'm saying? So it all comes with, you know, intelligence and learning about your wrongs and becoming a smarter person. When you just have to be taught that that's not okay before, you know, it's your fault for doing it. You know what I'm saying? And if you stop doing it after you learn you shouldn't be doing it, doesn't necessarily make you a bad person that you did it. You know what I mean? Type shit. Hey, bro. Maybe I'm off the deep end. I'm fucking yapathoning right now. I'm sorry, holy moly.
I guess it's the normal thing, and it's just like it's so peculiar to black people because we don't have these types of phases. Like, we don't have a phase of being racist to white people. We don't have a phase of being racist to Mexicans. We don't have a phase of being racist to Arabs. We don't have it's just mind-boggling to me that all these communities have an anti-black phase, bruh. What the fuck? And it's at the expense of us. We're just supposed to get over it. In 2013, she was 15 years old. Here we go. 2013, she was 15 to 16. I like her more now. It just is what it is at this
I like her more now is actually diabolical. Like, it's not an excuse. Like, I'm not excusing it, but what I'm saying is, I think, you know, this was used to tear down her husband that had nothing to do with this. This is being like, what the fuck does his wife have to do with anything? It's just some random fucking woman. I don't fucking know her. You know what I'm saying? And she doesn't hold no spot in office either. You feel me? Like, yeah, she shouldn't have did that shit. However, she don't got shit to do with nothing. This is being used to tear down her husband that they probably looked into him and he didn't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? And even if his wife did that shit when she was 15, 16, that also doesn't mean that she's racist. It also doesn't mean that she's not racist now. You feel me? And it also doesn't mean that she is infiltrating this nigga's mind to say racist shit or be racist. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a long shot. Like, yeah, you could be mad about the specific shit that happened, but we gotta think a little deeper into the shit that's going on and find why this shit is being done. Why all of a sudden his wife's tweets from when she was fucking 15 is, you know, popping up. They're trying to cancel him because he's the only motherfucker that ain't gonna go to them folks first thing he do when he become mayor. You know what I'm saying? Is this the right dude? Am I thinking about the right dude, bro? Yeah, bro, that's him, bro. That's him, bro. Anyway.
Point, bro. And, you know, we got to realize that we have no type of friend. You know, in the grand scheme of things, we have no allies. Black people will always have to just have black people's back. Nobody else is going to do it for us. Even a tweet that I came across, as you can see, it says, no Vietnamese ever called me, you know, the N-word. And this was during, like, the 1960s, and they was trying to send, you know, all my black people to war. And I guess a Vietnamese person commented N-word. I mean, like, this is funny, but it's not funny.
Diabolical. We don't know that this is a Vietnamese person though. Bro, there be like social media warfare for real, my nigga. You feel me? Anonymous, and just because they got a Vietnamese flag, like this shit is real, bro. Like warfare, like mental warfare that niggas ain't even thinking about. This could have been God knows this could have been. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to be like funny or whatever. This is back in 2014. But it's like, we don't fucking know. It's the internet. It is funny though. It is bullshit though. It is a bullshit. Holy moly, bruh.
And it just shows like we really have no allies, bro. Everybody anti-black. And also a Vietnamese person ended up commenting. They said the Vietnamese word for N-word is moi den, means black barbarian or burnt roof, both of which are extremely vile racist slurs for black people. So I'm seeing this, I'm like, damn,
all they did was explain what the racist slurs were. I'm sure they have racist slurs towards white people too. He was just telling y'all see, like, like, I'm with you. No, I'm with you. But I you know what I'm saying? I feel like this last year started really opening up a nigga's mind into some shit, bro. Like, overly. So, I'm thinking a little bigger. I'm thinking about the bigger picture, bro. Like, why is this shit happening? Who is doing this? You know what I'm saying? Like, and we have to consider, like, all throughout time, you know what I'm saying? It's always been black versus white. But who kept it, you know, who did all this? You know what I'm saying? Like a broke white person and a broke black person, y'all not that different. Who's telling y'all that y'all different? Who's making all this happen? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really the billionaires, you know what I mean? It's the rich. It's the rich, bro. More than it should be black versus white, black versus anything, black versus whatever. It's fucking everybody versus the fucking rich. You know what I'm saying? That's the first war niggas need to fight. Everybody versus the rich. Cause they're the ones keeping everybody down, and y'all think it's like, we think it's not that deep when it really is that deep. Whenever you think the government won't do some shit to you, nigga, reconsider. You feel me? Crack in the 80s, my nigga. Who you think, like, come on. Type shit.
We're not even in Vietnam. Like, you would think that black people did what these colonizers did to them. We didn't do shit to them, but it's so much anti-blackness directed towards us. Someone replied with this: what are the slurs for white people since they bombed your country for decades? And I'm like, man, let me get out of like now. Like, for real, dog, it's crazy.
Did they say it? What'd they say? Racial discrimination has no impact on the strong. No matter how much you use derogatory terms to refer to white people, you cannot change. Damn. Has no impact on the strong. Holy moly, donut shop. Was this the same people that explained? Oh. This is the same people. Tamirul Nude. Yep, it's the same person. Damn. Nigga said what the fuck? Yeah, no, they on some bullshit. They on some crazy shit. I ain't gonna hold you. They on some crazy shit. But all of these damn flags. Like, what? Translated from Chinese. This is Chinese. This isn't even... Let me see. Vietnamese. Wait, what is this one? Okay, this says translated from Vietnamese the first time when they posted. The second time when they posted, it says translated from Chinese. This don't look right. This look like bullshit to me. I'm not gonna hold you. How did you go translate it from Vietnamese to translate it to Chinese to, like... Hey, bro. This sound like bullshit to me now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever this account says, it holds no weight to a nigga heart. No more, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? We gotta start looking a little deeper into shit. Like I said, bro, like, who is doing all of this? Who's doing all this? We need to look a little deeper into who's doing this shit, cause I don't think this is a Vietnamese person that's writing this shit right here. You feel me? We talking about Vietnamese people. This nigga is probably not even Vietnamese. And then he's talking to Chinese, he's talking to Vietnamese, like, he not even, you know, he not even sticking to the script. The fuck?
Like, man, let me get out of like now. Like, for real, dog, it's crazy. Obviously, every person that's not black isn't racist, but within a lot of y'all cultures, man, it's anti-black as hell, dog. And I think addressing that first, bro, we can move forward. But that's it for this video, man. I hope you guys enjoyed. If y'all want to see,
that's facts though. It is a lot of anti-black going on in different cultures, but it's because of the propaganda that was put against black people. You feel me? And I don't even know what the answer is to get out of that. You know? Fucking 600 years of anti-black propaganda that was pushed into these countries and all these people. Even to this fucking day, probably. Like, how do you, you know, stop that? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. But I do know, you know, got to look into the nuance to understand what's actually going on and who the real enemies are. You feel me? Is the people that are uninformed, the people that haven't been learned, the people that haven't been taught, or it's the people that's teaching it to them? Anyway, y'all let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and if nobody told you today, I love you. Peace.